This special edition of Sports for CLE continues from MAC Football Media Days, Pro Football Hall of Fame down in Canton, and we're pleased to be joined by the first-year head coach of the Buffalo Bulls, Pete Lembo. Pete, you were associate head coach, special teams coordinator the last couple of years at South Carolina. What was it about the job at Buffalo that was so appealing?
Well, I'm originally from New York. I played high school football in New York, got my master's at SUNY Albany, and I'm also very familiar with the MAC, having spent 5 years as the head coach at Ball State. Yep. But Buffalo was always one of those jobs that I thought could really be a powerhouse in this league. First and foremost because the school is so strong academically, and a lot of people don't know just how prestigious the degree is from Buffalo, and hopefully we're doing a good job of spreading that message. But the area, the town, the fact that we've got a great airport just 10 minutes from our campus. We've got a lot going on in Western New York relative to sports and entertainment, and really just great people. And that's been confirmed for me this last 5 or 6 months, just ingraining myself in the community, both on campus and in the city itself. We've got wonderful players on our team, high character guys that are playing for all the right reasons. A very supportive campus community, and a local community I think is very hungry to see us get back to some winning ways.
So when you kind of visualize this, what do you want people to watch your team at Buffalo play? What do you want them to take away? When they walk away, what do you want them to say? You say, man, the Bulls are...
Yeah, you know what? We've all seen healthy, energetic organizations, whether you're walking into a car dealership or you're walking into some other kind of business, relationships and people that you enjoy being around, and people that have high energy and love what they do, passion for what they do. We all know what that looks like and feels like, and that's what we want our team and our program to be. And I'm so proud of these players, how they've embraced me and this new coaching staff, and how engaged they've been in this transition. We really have been all in it together from day one. And so when you say, what do I expect out of our team? I expect that same sense of togetherness, that same passion, that same work ethic. You know, Buffalo and Western New York, we pride ourselves, I say we because I'm as much a part of it now, we pride ourselves on sort of a humble, modest, but hard-working approach to everything we do. And I want our team and our program to reflect that as well. And so the best thing I can tell you is that it's been just about 6 months now, but I feel like I've been there a lot longer because this transition has gone very smoothly for all of us, and I hope that that is reflected in how we play this fall. You know, there was a time in college football where you took a long-term approach and you thought about what was going to be 4 or 5 years down the road. For some good and bad or reasons outside of our control, things all happen a lot faster now. So you don't change your approach. You're still all in and fully invested in this group of guys you have, but teams are changing at a more rapid pace because of transferring and so forth. So you have to hit the ground running, and you almost have to look at it like it's a race, not a marathon. And what can we do? And I think you have the ability now to turn things around a lot more quickly. So I'm really excited to see what this team can do.
I know it's still, you're not in camp yet, but when you look at this team, what do you think can be a strength of it?
Well, we've got 2 linebackers here with us at this media event for a reason. I really think our defense has a chance to be very, very solid. We've got really good leadership over there. We've all of a sudden, thanks to some additions from the transfer portal, we've got pretty good depth over there as well. And some of that depth was there even before the transfer portal opened, especially at the defensive tackle position and at the defensive back position. So we've got good competition on defense heading into preseason, and I hope that as we start off the season and we kind of find our stride on offense and special teams, that the combination of our leadership, depth, our talent on defense can kind of help us get started in the right direction. And then I also hope, because we talk a lot about finishing and playing well in November and those meaningful games in November, I hope that we can continue to develop those guys so that we have some depth emerge when you need it late in the year.
On the field, what will a Pete Lembo team look like on the field?
On the same page. That's something that we talk a lot about. We try to speak the same language. We try to make sure that whether it's the top player on our roster or the walk-on that just joined us over the summer, that we are all aligned in terms of where we're going and how we're going to get there. So speaking the same language, we're all very different people, which is great. We embrace that. But when it comes to this team, we need to think the same way. Because ultimately what we're trying to do is to put guys in position with great habits who can make split-second decisions and do it with confidence, and then make an impact. And I think the way you do that is by trying to be as clear and concise as you can be, and make sure you put the time into aligning everyone within the organization. And I'm optimistic about where that's going.
Pete Lembo, appreciate the time.
All right, thanks so much. Good to be here.
Best of luck to you and the Bulls in 2024. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We're going to step aside, take a quick time out. On the side of the break, we'll hear from a couple of the Bulls players on this special edition of Sports for CLE from MAC Media Days. On the football side of things, the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Stay with us.
Here, we put in the work to transform ourselves so we can learn to transform the world. The University at Buffalo is a place of big ideas and bold ambitions, of extraordinary thinkers, and pride in being part of something remarkable. That's why students from all around the world come here.
Here. Yeah.
Here. Here is how it all begins.
Special edition of Sports for CLE continues. We turn our attention to a couple of Buffalo Bulls players, a couple of linebackers, Red Murdoch, Sean Dolak. Guys, Coach alluded to this last segment. There's a reason we're talking to a couple of linebackers. How strong can this defense be, and how motivated are you to get things rolling? We'll start with you, Red.
I don't think there's any limit to the strength of this defense. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves and say we're going to be the top team in the nation, but I definitely don't have any doubt that we will be a very feared defense throughout the MAC. We definitely pride ourselves on a lot of stuff that doesn't even require talent, and we really take a lot of time to develop, like discipline, just effort, everything that you can control. We're going to be on that times 10. So when it comes to like a really sound defense, we try to embody that.
Sean, same question.
Yeah, no, I can agree with Red. We want to be consistent. That's the biggest thing. We want to be consistent. We all want to be on the same page, and that's just getting reps during fall camp and preseason, and that's what we're going to do. And we have a lot of guys returning as well from last year's defense, and just being able to gel as a defense is going to make us stronger. And being able to do that is going to lead us to being that top defensive in the nation, which is ultimately our goal. We want to be the best of the MAC. And that's what we're going to strive to do. But we all have to be on the same page, like Coach Lemon was saying. As a defense, as an offense, as special teams, we all have to be on the same page. And that's what we're going to be looking forward to do.
So first-year head coach, Coach Lembo, what have you noticed about him? What stands out about him? We'll start with you this time, Sean.
Yeah,
I'll ask you both the same question.
Yeah, for sure. No, for me personally, what stands out about him is his personality. I mean, once you get to know the guy, he's just a genuine dude. And he wants the best for you. It's not just about football with him. It's about getting to know you, develop a relationship with you, and get to know the personal side of your story, your family story, and just develop that relationship that every college athlete wants with their coach and with the coaching staff. So he does a really good job with that. He can crack jokes when there's time for jokes, and then he can get serious. He's very prideful in special teams, and I believe that he's going to get us to be one of the top special teams colleges in the nation. So that's a huge thing about him, and he's just an overall great head coach.
Red, same question.
When I think of Coach Lembo, the 3 words that come to my mind immediately would be genuine, straightforward, and structured. And I think those are 3 great pillars to build a championship program around.
Sean, you were injured last year, and you only played 4 games, 17 solo tackles, an interception, 31 tackles. First of all, how healthy are you? How are you feeling?
100%. You know,
All right.
I'm ready to get back into it. I'm excited for it.
What kept you here at Buffalo?
Oh man, just the guys like Red, and just the players around me. You know, always just being, hey, we're here for you. And the darkest time was obviously when I got hurt, and just having these guys around me, just supporting me, and just saying, hey man, like if you need something, we're with you. And like I was telling Red earlier, something that I critiqued myself about was I stepped back on that leadership role when I got hurt, and him supporting me, hey, telling me like, hey, I need your help still because I'm still playing. That kind of like opened my ears up, like, yeah, they still need me, you know, and you know that's a reason why I decided to come back and stay. Is just like I said, also just the Red and everybody around me, just tell them, hey, we want you back. You know, you deserve to be here. You've made a name for yourself, and also just it's Buffalo. It's my hometown. You know, I grew up here.
Yep. So Red, you had 60 total tackles, 36 solos, 4 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. Jumps out. Are they teaching you to rip the football out when you arrive at the ball carrier?
I mean, initially, I always had a knack for the ball. Like, yeah, that's been a big focus for me. But definitely, I got to give a shout out to our program. We really had a large emphasis on that. So now that takes my natural instinct for going to the ball with a little technique, and gave me a very good chance to get some balls out. I missed a lot though, so we should expect that number to jump out a little more.
Guys, this defense, what type of what are we going to see on the field when you guys are on assuming that it goes how you want it to go, which I know there's work to be done. What type of defense can this be?
It's going to be a tough defense. I mean, you're going to have guys flying to the ball, flying around, and like, you know, Red's kind of specialty, punching the ball out, making plays on the balls, and just, you know, just being together as a group. You know, we build a lot of connections in the locker room and outside the locker room. You know, guys hanging out outside of football, and I think that's what creates a great defense is guys being together outside of football, because you build relationships outside of football. When you come together, you already know you got your brothers back. You know, you want to go to war for them, and you're going to do anything basically to ultimately get the win for them.
So Red, same question. What's this defense going to look like on the field if it's going the way you guys want it to?
I say our defense will look like a very disciplined, a very, very fast defense, taking great angles towards the ball, very good at tackling, great effort, no matter who's in the game. That's just our identity as a program, not even just a defense, but us specifically, you want to see discipline, effort, great tackling, and also a lot of turnovers and a lot of big plays.
All right, before I let you guys go, how confident are you in this season as you move forward? You know, new head coach. It seems like you guys, you know, you're all bought in. How confident are you that 2024 is going to be a good one for the Bulls?
I think confidence is bred by preparation, and shoot, we've been very prepared, putting a lot of extra work outside. You have a plethora of guys that are putting in so much work right now. I can guarantee, I call Deion Crawford right now. He's probably doing some pass rush or DB work right now. Man, we have a very, very prepared team. So by that, we have a very, very confident team.
Same thing. I mean, I think Red hit on the note. Being prepared allows you to be that team that's going to be confident. We're not going to be overconfident, but we're going to be confident enough to allow us to get the wins, get the the W's, and we're going to be a humble team as well. And I personally believe that if we want to get to a MAC championship, and if we want to win a bowl game, win MAC championship, we're going to have the opportunity to do that. Each team, each week is different. Each team can be any team, and I think we're going to have the opportunity to come out and just play as a team, play as united, and we're going to be able to do that.
Sean Dolik, Red Marek, appreciate it, guys. Best of luck to the Bulls in 2024. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.